this is your first time in Brazil. Have you made any special arrangements in terms of just getting adjusted to the time zone or food or anything like that to fight here?
No, Sao Paulo's not too bad, as in it's only 3 hours difference from where I live and train, so it's not too bad. So I just kept it all the same really, and food's always the same. You know, it's just dieting and hungry, so it makes no difference.
But you are mostly used to fighting in front of friendly crowds, right?
You say that I'm from Wales. I'm from Wales, and I've had like nearly 30 pro fights now, and I'd say less than 10 of them have been in Wales. Yeah. So I've done a fair amount of travelling. You know, I've heard the Brazilian crowd's pretty hostile, so this will probably be the worst, but it makes no difference really.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. So for you, is it something that not that you're gonna take care, but like, do you take it at all into consideration? Was it in any way? Some people actually put the chants. They hear the chants while they're training, so they get used to it. Did you do anything of that sort, or are you just tuning it all out?
No, it makes no difference. Me and Antonio's fight, it doesn't matter. I was in the car park in front of 30,000 people. It's happening in this. I'm not someone who's ever going to get faced by that. I've done a lot more things in my life than having to worry about fighting in front of a group of people booing me, really. So I'm not going to make a difference to me.
Okay. I'm going to get to that because I think I know what you're talking about. You served in the army for what?
Yeah, not just in general, yeah. But I'm just not really too worried by a booing crowd, really, you know.
But since while we were talking about it, you were a paratrooper, right?
I still am. I'm still serving. Yeah, I'm lucky at the minute. I get a lot more time for training and stuff because I'm representing the army and the parachute regiment, so it's pretty good. But I've been in since I joined 2007, so I'm pushing up now to 10 years. So.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And obviously, entirely different things, but even in terms of just, like you said, psychologically, like, oh, I've seen and I've been through way worse than this, or even just the physicality, the discipline, how has that experience played onto your octagon experience?
Yeah, my mental toughness, you only got to watch any of my old fights, my mental toughness is, you know, I win a fight and I look like I've been hit by a bus every time. I know that, but that's the way I fight, and that's probably a lot to do with the army and all the things I've been through with them. It's mental toughness. I'm not really fazed by any situation. I'm never gonna. That's what I mean. With a group of people booing me, it's gonna be the least of my worries when we're on a fight. To be honest with you, so like I said, it's just mental toughness the army have given me, and you know, a lot of backing from them as well. So.
Talking a little bit about your opponent, you're dealing with Antonio, who, I mean, immediately when people think about him, they think about the grappling, right? It's like just the obvious thing. You have a few submissions, of course, in your past, but is it safe to assume that that's really the area that you want to avoid with Antonio on Saturday?
Yeah, yes. So much, you know, you see guys like Dan Kelly got on top of him and when he was tired and give him a hard time, you know, because you're a strong judo background. You got to look, I've had, like I said, this is either 29th or 30th pro fight, and I've never been submitted either. So it's one of them things that obviously I ain't stupid, you know. I realise the level of opponent I'm grappling with, but I think if I can get him tired, it's not so much I ain't scared to go anywhere with anyone, you know. But you know, we all know what I'm looking to try and do to him, and he knows exactly what he's looking to try and do to me. So. Yeah, I'm not too worried about his striking. I know you was alluding to that a little bit, saying, you know, everyone worries about his grappling. I have watched his striking; it is getting better, but it's not something I'm too worried about, you know. So it is mainly his grappling I'll avoid.
He is one of the biggest favorites, the betting favorites on the card. Does that make sense to you? Like, I don't know if you've even seen it yet because it's just the legends.
No, I was a big underdog on my debut, and I come out with a knockout. I think. My worst performance was probably my last fight, and that's the first time I've been favourite, so it makes no fucking difference to me what the betting odds are. Yeah, I'm coming out to Brazil. I'm expecting to be a big underdog, but is not an issue for me. You know, I'm still kind of going in and do exactly what I'm planning to do. So.
But then, okay, you come in an underdog in Brazil. He's on a little bit of a streak. He was a tough winner, so you beat him. Where does that put you? Do you think that is a meaningful win for you? And do you already think about what you can ask for or aspire to if you get that win?
I'm like really laid back. I think I'm not too worried about what's next. And Sam Alvary called me out early last year, you know, that's a fight that seems to make sense to me. You know, he had long come off a win off Rashad Evans. You know, unfortunately just lost a split decision to a good European guy, but that was on a real short notice fight. So he's still a guy that's up there. I think he's maybe in the top 15. I'm not quite sure, but he's if not, he's close. But so that's a fight that makes sense. But I'm happy to fight anyway. I don't care what they say. I know people always say that, but I really don't. This is my fourth fight in the UFC, and I've not really said yes or no to any opponent. I've literally just, my coach have come in and said, this is who you fight in, you know, this is what I do. So it makes no difference to me what's next.
And you don't really set goals like top 15?
Yeah, I got that in my mind. I definitely want to hit the top 15 next year, you know what I mean? But if they offer me a top 15 guy, I'm happy. If they offer me a top 10 guy, I'm happy, you know. But I just mean, obviously I want to hit the top 15, and like small goals sort of thing. I want to hit the top 15 and then have a good year next year and try and get the top 10. But if, you know, in reality, I'll just take whatever comes because I'm more than happy with how it's going so far.
You are no longer the only Welsh fighter in the UFC, but you were the first. Is it something that matters to you, like carrying that flag and representing, or?
Yeah, it's one of the things I keep saying, oh, I'm not bothered. And then I'm really proud. Yeah, I'm massively proud being the first, because like I'm very proud of my army background and that, but I'm probably more proud of the Welsh thing because it's, you know, like, we're a small nation, and all of a sudden now we've got 3 guys in the UFC. We've got a couple more coming through now that are looking really good. Is, you know, yeah, I'm really proud, and you'll see through like social media and stuff how much they get behind us. That's why I'd love the UFC to come to Wales, because the following that MMA's got in Wales, you know, we're a small country, so, but comparing it to like Brazil, you know, Brazil's a massive country and they all get behind it. It's exactly the same. Wales, just a bit smaller, you know what I mean? So I'd love it if they brought a show there, you know, it'd be good for us.
And you said you're ready for whatever happens, and kind of like you probably, both of you know what you guys are going to do, but do you, if you close your eyes and you think, well, this is my ideal scenario to happen on Saturday, do you have an idea of how you want it to go down?
Yeah, well, like how I think it's going to go down. He's a big guy. He gets a little bit more tired as it goes on, and I get better as the fight goes on. So it's like my plan is to wear him out, you know, and go for the knockout. But like ideal scenario would be the first round knockout, because you know, I mean, that's the way I like to finish all my fights, and that's, you know, that's the only real way I think you proper finish a fight, when you KO him. So that's what I'd be looking to do.